This is Nigeria. You want to know what's going on? Relax, I will tell you. Now, the road to presidential villa. Who will occupy Nigeria's most luxury home as president? This is part of our discussion today. Stay with me on this one. And please, assist us produce more of our videos. Thank you. Let's begin with this video. Watch.
And the honest truth to me is simple. That we can accuse each other. We can point fingers. The question is, who is actually better off? I'm a northerner. I'm from Kano State. And I had been accused by colleagues and brothers in a very civil political discussion of dominating the polity, dominating the economy, and dominating the security. So I asked the question, if I dominate the polity, I have the president. Yes, I have the executive council and appointees that are constitutional, just like every other state. But what is my economic situation? And what is my security situation today? So the question is it working for me if I dominate somebody? It's not. The question is, look at all the indices of development. The North today is actually worse off. Security, education, prosperity, development, I don't know.
You just watched a corn northerner from Kano State telling you that dominating the polity does not mean his economic and security situation is better off. So he said it is not working for his region, dominating every other region. The right things must be done if everyone must prosper. What do you think makes this 2023 presidential election unique? Let's find out. Watch.
This is the first time after 1979 that we're having a multi-presidential candidate, a seriously multi-presidential candidate election instead of the binary options that we're used to. Now, if you follow the trend, technically speaking, in 1992-93, Abdullah and Tofa, it was a binary election. Then, subsequently, in 1999, you had two strong candidates, Olufalaye and eventually President Obasanjo. Then, subsequently, in 2003, there were two strong candidates, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019. So this is the first time. And so it's in many ways similar to what we had in 1979. And so it makes the election unique. Now this is unique, this is peculiar. I see from my reading of the situation that people are beginning to fall back on their ethnic leanings. The Southeast will predominantly go with P2B. Now, the Southwest will predominantly. That doesn't mean that a number of people in the Southwest will not vote against an Asiwaju, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then, quite a number of people in the Northeast, and I'm specific this time, may likely go with Atiku Abubakar. While some in the Northwest will likely go with Kwankwanso. But again, there's been a lot of development that is interesting. If you notice, Afenifere leaders, and you consider them elite of the Yoruba race, a number of them are in support of P2B. You also have a Soludo who is from the Southeast, Prince Atoeze who is from the Southeast, that is also opposed to Peter Obi and in support of candidates from other areas. Then you have Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, a northern elite by every consideration, who is opposed to both Atiku and Kwankwaso, and most likely supporting P2B. So the elite, among the elite, there's been serious movement. They're a bit more open, they're a bit more enlightened in their approach to the presidential race. So it makes it difficult to call.
That was a chieftain of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Dr. Dakuku Peter Side. All what he said is that since the return of democracy, our election has always been a two-horse race. This is the first time that three major contenders from the three major ethnic groups will be battling for the highest office in the land. And just few days to the election, it's still uncertain who will win. This is very unique. You also heard him give his analysis on how this election might go based on region and ethnicity. But is this what our country really needs at this time? Certainly not. To tell you that region and ethnicity helps no one at all, and to also let you know that the crop of politicians we have today think more of themselves than they think of region or ethnicity. Hear what Bishop Matthew Kuka have to say. Watch.
The issue is that there are forces. I mean, I'm driving around your premises. I drove around here for about 10 minutes. And every time I drive around this premise, I just shake my head. Where is all this money coming from that Nigerians are putting up these gigantic structures all over the place? Where's the money coming from? For a country that is severely malfunctioning, for a country that is the poverty capital of the world.
You mean in the Asokoro?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, where is all this money coming from? And Nigerians are sick and they are dying. So that tells you, and I've said this severally, and I don't mean, I've said governance in Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. People, I watched The Godfather. I'm sure you know the
Absolutely.
movie. Now, I always tell people the opening scene in The Godfather. This gentleman called Bonacera walks up to the Godfather and he says, "Look, Godfather, this is what has happened to me. They beat up my daughter, blah blah blah." And he says, "I went to court, and the judge just looked at me and gave them a suspended sentence." And he said, "Because I felt injured by the courts, that's why I've come to you, Godfather." Remember what Godfather says to him. Godfather looks at him and says, "Why did you go to the courts? Why didn't you come to me? Why did you go to the police?" That's where we are in Nigeria. That because of this criminality in governance, you now have a situation in which for you to come with a first-class degree, from Oxford, from Harvard, from Cambridge, from anywhere, in petroleum engineering, and think that you can walk into the NNPC and get a job, the gate man will tell you are crazy. That's not how you get a job in Nigeria. If you think that because you've worked very hard in the military, in the police, in all this security, and you think because you're so good, you deserve a promotion, even the people running the system will tell you that's not good enough. Now, when we get to that threshold, as we have in Nigeria, where integrity, competence, capacity have been traded for something different, then you are in trouble. And that's why, if we don't get to the heart of the consequences of nepotism, I'm not looking forward to a president of Nigeria who is a Christian or who is a Catholic, or who will, for example, just turn a lot of these things upside down and begin to punish other people for the sins that they didn't commit. So I'm not hoping that a Christian will be president or anybody will be president and say, no, it's now time for us to do what those who came before us did. And when you raise this issue, these are the kind of things you hear from people in government. That, Jonathan did this, Jonathan did that. So the fact that we didn't succeed suggests very clearly we didn't prepare for this examination. Okay? And that the lesson we take away is that I believe Buhari is a good man. He's done his best. But his best was not enough. His best speaks to the quality and level of his preparedness and his ability to assemble a team.
Exactly. They say we don't have money and we keep borrowing. Yet, structures are going up everywhere in Abuja. Where is the money coming from? Don't even tell me the structures are government structures. They are individual structures being built with public funds. So when next you think about your region and ethnicity and the time of election, just know that you are on your own. Like Peter Obi will always say, you don't buy bread cheaper in your region just because your brother is the one in power. The suffering is for everybody, irrespective of your region or ethnicity. Now, there has been speculations that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, might postpone the 2023 general elections due to some peculiar reasons. Let's hear from the chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. Watch.
13,868,441 permanent voters' cards, the PVCs, have been printed, delivered to states, and are being collected by citizens as new voters or by existing voters who applied for transfer or replacement of cards as provided by law. Similarly, following the display of the voters' register nationwide and the conclusion of claims and objections by citizens, a new national register of voters has been compiled. In short, at no time in the recent history of the Commission has so much of the forward planning and implementation been accomplished 44 days ahead of the general election. Therefore, the Commission is not contemplating any adjustment to the election timetable, let alone postponement of the general election.
The INEC boss just told us that We have gone too far and very close to the 2023 elections to consider a postponement. This means that the already scheduled dates for the elections remain. Presidential and National Assembly election will happen on the 25th of February 2023, and the Governorship and State House of Assembly election will happen 2 weeks later, which is on the 11th of March 2023. Finally, if you have registered for your PVC and you haven't gone for collection yet, please do, because collection will end on the 22nd of February 2023 according to INEC. Be part of Nigeria Decide 2023. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't you think you're forgetting something? Yes, the subscription button. Click on it right now.